So where should you be saving if you don't have a business bank account? Well, first of all, I want to make sure that you make it a goal of yours that as quickly as you can to ensure that you get into a position where you can open up that business bank account. But for now, let's make sure that we at least start to save in a personal savings account. Yes, it's not ideal, but it's a way for you to be able to put the money that you're planning to use to be able to start the business or the money that you're getting from the business into a savings account at a banking institution. It's not ideal, but like I said, it's the most feasible way to be able to make sure that you continue to be able to separate the money that you're making in your everyday life from what's happening in your business. So, but making sure that you do notate when you're making each and every deposit or withdrawal from that personal savings account that it is for the business. This will help to keep a track record for yourself so that way you can be able to see how much money you're putting towards the business, how much the business is making, and what you're taking from the business each and every month to be able to run the business. We've all heard that financial statements are very, very important, especially when you're a small business owner. But that the most important financial statement that is most requested by a your banking institution is going to be that income statement. It's also known as your profit and loss statement. This statement will help you to potentially get access to capital that you need to be able to grow your business. So you definitely want a banking institution to be able to see that you have access to your profit and loss statement. So that way they can get a financial snapshot of where you are and where they potentially where the business could go over the next year or several years. Starting a business is a very exciting time, but there's so many moving parts. So one of the things that you definitely want to do is to make sure that you're saving for that business. And a simple way to learn how much you should be saving is to write down your expected monthly expenses when it comes to the business. Write them all down. You may not know all of them right away, but at least being able to make sure that you can actually see them in black and white, whether you're using pen and paper, you're using a Google Doc or an Excel spreadsheet, but making sure that you list out those monthly expenses that you know that you may have to spend money on to be able to really be able to start that business. Then prioritize what expenses you should save for first. You starting small will help to create that momentum that you need. Yes, you may have a list of things that you're going to need in the business, but saving for those things that are most critical first is really going to help you to be able to start and to be able to grow the business. One of the ways to be able to save is to make these something small. It doesn't have to be a lot, but saving consistently is key. So even if you calculate of saving 5 or 10% of the income that you currently have, whether that's coming from your day job or the side or your side hustle, just make sure that you're saving consistently. It's going to be key because you're going to need some access to money to be able to grow your business. So being able, even on a limited income, even if it's meaning starting to save small, but increasing it over time. One of the questions that a lot of small business owners always have, especially for those who are in the early stages of their business, is should I be paying myself? And the answer is yes. You should definitely be paying yourself, even if it's a small amount. You want to ensure that you're creating a habit of paying yourself from the very, very beginning. One of my favorite books talks about this called Profit First. It talks about how important it is for each and every small business owner to establish a habit of paying themselves first, because over time, it's going to be critical that you allow yourself to make sure that you're not only rewarding yourself by paying yourself, but you want to be able to consistently able to do this because you want to be able to not just be working. You want to be able to make sure that you're taking a small piece of what's coming into the business, even if it's a small amount.